What if your heart was broken, but instead of getting help, people told you to just get over it? This is what many students in Lebanon face every day when they battle mental illness in silence. The pain is real, but the support is often missing. Mental illness stigma is in Lebanon has deep roots. It came from traditions, outdated beliefs, and lack of awareness. In our societies, mental illness is often seen as a personal failure, something to be hidden, not healed. Young people in schools and universities feel that they must suffer quietly, afraid of being labeled as crazy or weak. Studies show that over 70% of Lebanese youth with mental health issues never seek help. Why? Because they fear judgment. And when students hide their pain, it doesn't only affect their emotions but also affect their education and future. In classrooms across the countries, students sit silently, smiling from the outside but breaking from the inside. This crisis has many causes. For generations, shame has surrounded mental health. Parents and teachers are often untrained, and schools lack professionals who can help. Only 1 in 20 schools in Lebanon has access to trained mental health counselors. Meanwhile, the government provides little funding or policy support, and the public conversations about mental illness are rare. So, who benefits from this silence? The answer is no one, but many are still afraid to talk about it. The effects are heartbreaking. Students struggle with anxiety, depression, and even thoughts of suicide. According to a 2022 UNICEF report, more than 30% of Lebanese teens reported symptoms of depression, yet most had no one to turn to. Grades dropped, dreams are delayed, and futures are lost. And in the long term, untreated mental illness can lead to addiction, dropping out of school, and even self harm. This isn't just a personal problem, it is a national one. Lebanon's future workforce and leadership are at risk if we allow young minds to be neglected. Some attempts have been made to solve the problem. A few NGOs launched awareness campaigns and some schools offered basic counseling, but these efforts were small, short lived, and often lacked trained staff. The result, they didn't work. So, what can we do right now? First, mental health education must begin early. Students should learn how to care for their minds just like they care for their bodies. Second, the government needs to invest in trained counselors for every school and university. Third, we must use the power of social media and influencers in order to spread awareness and normalize talking about mental health. But it is not enough to wait for leaders to act. We must act too. We need to speak up even when it's uncomfortable. We must support each other and demand better for our schools. Teachers and parents should treat mental illness like any other illness with care, seriousness, and love. The mental health crisis among students in Lebanon is real and painful. Ignoring it is only making it worse. We cannot afford to lose another student in silence. Mental health is just as important as physical health. The stigma is not only outdated, it is dangerous. If you want a stronger and healthier Lebanon, we must start by helping our students. My call for you is to raise your voice, demand changes, start the conversation today with your friend, with a family member, with your teacher. You can just save a life.